जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो।
The king! All hail the king! Long live the king! It was the Virat Kohli show at the Chinnaswamy. He loves scoring runs at the Chinnaswamy. And if there was ever a day that the fans wanted him to score the runs, it was today, because this is a make or break, a do or die game for Bangalore. They have to win this to go into the playoffs. And well, come at the hour, come at the man. It was the Virat show. Got another 100, is now the highest on the all-time list of century scorers. 7 for him in the IPL, overtaking Chris Gayle with 6. Somebody else with 6 as well, but overtaking Chris Gayle with 6. There he is, 101, not out of 61 deliveries. Got it in good time. Took his team up to close to 200 there at 197 for 5. But yeah, let's just take a moment first here on Cricbuzz Live to hail the king.
Amazing. Great knock. Absolutely fantastic knock. Especially when he lost Faf early and he lost Maxwell. I think when Maxwell went, everyone thought that, this is where they're in trouble.
Yep.
And he batted beautifully, just 1-6, which was also an amazing shot. Flat bat almost, Yash Dayal over long on. But shots around the ground, he kept running. He kept pushing for twos. I think he's just, he knew that it's a crunch time game. So he needed to be there. And that 165 strike rate is normally superior to whatever he does. Towards the end, he opened up. I felt, if you have to cavil, probably took a couple of singles where he could have given it a whack, because he was in 98 and 99. But that's about it. It must have been not more than a couple of balls that he looked that way.
Yeah. Polly, your thoughts on this Virat masterclass?
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I think the way he absorbed the pressure, obviously the start up front. But as Joyce said, once you lost Faf and then Maxwell, you kind of thought, oops, this innings can go pear-shaped. And he kind of needed to kind of anchor the innings in many ways, but still be positive. And he put the bad balls away. He managed to pick the ball along the boundaries, beat the inner field, and is running between the wickets. Well, we never doubt that kind of intensity. But I agree with Joy. I think that last over was vitally important, that 6 and 4. Because they were just maybe a little short there in those last few deliveries where obviously we can understand the milestone. It's fantastic to get it. But there were 2 balls there where I think he could have probably, if you had said to him, it's do or die, we have to get 20 and over, he probably would have been able to whack those out the ground. But besides that, you can't fault him. Back-to-back hundreds, keeping the innings together, I think that was the key. Everyone else made little contributions, but they needed someone in the big game. And it's... people talk about runs that you get. Yes, that's all important, but it's tough runs that count.
Yeah.
And he's got tough runs twice now. He's got 100 when they needed a victory and needed it quickly. And now he's got 100 again where it's basically like a quarterfinal kind of thing. So a brilliant performance by him.
Yeah, great point. It is a quarterfinal for them because it's like an eliminator. If they don't win today, they are out. Well, that was the worry, right? It's always been the worry because they're so top-heavy. The worry for Bangalore has always been that they've got Virat, Faf and Maxwell. And you need to get runs from at least 2 of them. Right? And if you lose 2 of them early, then you're in trouble. They were 80 for 2 and 8.2. So not that early, but enough for it to be, for Virat to think, all right, I've got to shoulder this now. So how do we get this score up to, close to 200? But helped, of course, by Anuj Rawat and Michael Bracewell. Both of them had small cameos at about 160, 150, 160 odd. That helped those partnerships move along and for Virat to play.
I think definitely. I think that Bracewell partnership, because they were not just 80 for 2, they were 85 for 3. And that's the point. You see, the ball wasn't doing anything up front, okay? And nothing was happening out there. And then suddenly you're in a situation where there's a little bit dry. It got a little bit dry. The bowlers seem to be getting a little bit more of a grip. And then, Rashid Khan comes into action, gets that googly in. And you think, okay, now things are going, pear-shaped.
Yeah.
And that's where Virat held that fort together. And he and Bracewell, that first partnership, and of course, then again, the second partnership, where Anuj Rawat, I think that 6 and that 4 in the last over were, I think, really vital for them.
Yeah, I mean, Maxwell's a good player of spin. So for Rashid to get him out clean bowled, but then of course you don't really have to praise Rashid anymore. His 24th wicket here in the IPL this season, and a bank again, a runner ball at Chinnaswamy. Jeez, the captain's got to lift you up in his arms and take you back to the dressing room.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is a surface where the leg spinners tend to dominate. You think of all the performances that Chahal's put in there over the years. So they are the ones who goes best. I just when I sit there watching on the couch, I can't believe that anyone ever let him go. How did Sunrisers ever let Rashid Khan go? I mean, he is Mr. MVP, wherever he goes.
Yeah.
He just keeps picking on wickets. His economy rate's unbelievable. He dominates the middle overs. He's got energy in the field. His batting is getting better and better. And the spin twins were fantastic. His Nur arm is really growing into his own now. He's really starting to find his mojo, his length. He's feeling comfortable, and he's playing a bigger role as they go along. So, yeah, they've been fantastic.
Yeah, the spin twins, they took 3 wickets between them and both just operating in tandem. Obviously a big plus for Gujarat. But when you see their bowling, you of course have Rashid, who's gone out to run a ball. Mohit a little expensive today. The rest, well, yeah, if you've gone at 10 and over, they've all gone at kind of 9.75, right? So they've all gone at that. And Mohit Sharma sort of compensated for the runs that Rashid stopped. But what's the most important thing to see in that bowling lineup? Now, 3rd game in a row, Hardik Pandya has not bowled. Is it just a case of, well, we've qualified, we're cool, let's not risk this national treasure, and let's not risk our captain, Gujarat thinking?
In fact, there was a time in the field also where there was a ball which went up, where if you thought it was an India match or a really crucial finals match or something, you would have gone for it.
Yeah.
And he sort of smiled and you knew he's not going to take the chance. Slippery outfield, he slips, does something in, and that's it for the season for them.
Yeah.
So I think you need to be, that kind of carefulness is there, and they have the bowling attack.
Yeah.
They needn't have to play. Basically, thanks to the impact substitute rule, you're no longer in a situation that you have to have him bowl necessarily.
Yeah, because it is stressful, Polly. You're captaining a team, you're defending champions, you're opening the bowling with a new ball, coming into bat at 3 and 4. It can, if you need to preserve that guy after qualifying for a couple of games, nothing wrong in that?
Yeah, 100%. He's got a lot on his plate, but there's no doubt for me the Gujarat Titans need him to be bowling, to be a more formidable side. We discussed it the other night, didn't we, where we said to have that 6 bowling option, to have someone playing the pot is so important, because you can't just rely on the 5. Mo Charm has an iffy night tonight. When it gets to the playoffs, you need to have him firing fit. So whatever overs he's got saved, make sure you save them for the back end of this tournament. There was no real need tonight. But for me, definitely a better outfit if he can bowl you 1 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're obviously celebrating this Virat 100 and the team's gone up to 197. But objectively, when we look at it, against a very, very good, very well-performing, well-oiled Gujarat batting unit, in a batting-friendly ground like Chinnaswamy, is this going to be enough? Look, because here's a batting team that has no pressure and they love chasing.
They love chasing and they're going to get one more batter in. Was Shubman there?
Probably Abhinav Manohar or Vijay Shankar, one of them.
Yeah.
So there's Shubman, Ridhiman,
You'll get one more batter in. So the batting will go up to
Rahul Tewatia, and they'll get one more, either Abhinav Manohar or Vijay Shankar, I guess, depending on where they want.
So Rashid Khan will bat at 8. Let's look at it that way and say that Rashid Khan batting at 8 is a pretty decent batsman.
That innings versus Mumbai, Lord.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
So that's what I'm saying. This is a decent batting side, and this, other than Siraj, has not been... I thought Bracewell bowled really well the last couple of matches when they played him. I thought Bracewell bowled really well. But otherwise, this hasn't been, again, other than Siraj, a team bowling attack that scares other people.
Yeah, fair. Polly, is that a fair assessment? In Chinnaswamy, 197, a team that's top of the table, chasing that, no pressure on them. Do you think that Bangalore perhaps doesn't have enough here?
Yeah, your last point's very valid. Carefree mindset. Yeah. They're in the playoffs. They're going to finish top, and they can go and express themselves. There's no weight of qualification hanging over their heads, anything along those lines. I think they're going to have to deal with a fired-up RCB. Don't get me wrong. I think people like Siraj are going to be charging in. Wayne Parnell, they want to make inroads up front. They're going to try and get the crowd behind them. They understand the importance of winning this match, and it's obviously the only lifeline they've got. They win this match, they're through. They lose, they're gone. So they'll be up for it. And the mentality of the Bangalore team will will be fantastic. But I would like the Gujarat Titans' chances. If they get off to a decent start, guys can just walk in. And as we've seen on the surface over so many RPLs, it is a nice place to bat.
Yeah, let's have a look at the impact subs and see who the teams could get in. Let's have a look. They have Vijay Shankar, Abhinav Manohar both. So while batting, probably get one of those two in. And for Bangalore, which of the bowlers will they get in?
Interesting, because I think Akashdeep could also...
Himanshu Sharma, by the way, there's no Karan Sharma. They've got Himanshu Sharma, a leg break bowler again.
Yeah.
So maybe he gets cap and gets to play.
Could be him, could be Akashdeep as well.
Yeah. They do have, how many? They have, they obviously have Siraj, they have Vishak, they have Vin Parnell.
Vin Parnell, yeah.
They have Harshal Patel.
And they have
So
Bracewell.
I doubt if they're getting a quick in. They already have 4.
Yeah, and then they
get a spinner.
Yeah, they have Bracewell, so yeah, they'll probably play another spinner. You're right.
Yeah, well, there you go. Once you have a look at that, you see probably a spinner comes in. I mean, they get Glenn Maxwell can bowl, but probably get a leggy in. Yeah. Guess they get a leggy in, and that could be who gets it. All right, guys, quick call. Polly, advantage?
I think runs on the board, I suppose. And sometimes the carefree mindset can be good, but sometimes it can also mean you don't take as much responsibility.
Yeah.
So at this stage, I'm still thinking RCB are probably just noses ahead, but I think there might be a twist.
I also feel for some reason that RCB, because I just feel RCB is going to be more desperate. And one more thing, if you saw the progression of the innings, the RCB batting innings, the outfield got a bit drier. There was little bit easier to. So that's the thing that you're going to see. And if you look at that innings progression, the 12.2, they got runs up front. Moment the ball, they felt, the spinners started getting a little bit more of a grip on the ball. It started getting better for them. Now, if the outfield has dried out in now 2.5 hours, it's a bit drier, that will suit the bowlers definitely. The last thing you want is a ball that like a bar of soap.
Yeah. All right, let's...
Any weather satellites reports? Any weather satellite reports?
We're just not looking at it. We feel like if we are ostriches about it, if we just dig our head in the sand, then we won't know if it's raining.
Okay, happy days.
That was it. Show you the points table real quick, just to know, just to reiterate how important this is for Bangalore. They win, they go through.
Can I tell you what a relief it is not to have to read the last column? It does
correct. No,
does not matter anymore.
It has come down to the last game, though. We had predicted that. It did. It has come down to the last game. Mumbai fans watching this game, Bangalore fans watching this game, obviously. Two of the strong vocal fan communities.
Absolutely.
Up against each other.
Two of the largest fan communities, you'll have to say. Chennai, Mumbai and Bangalore are perhaps the largest fan communities.
Up against each other. They are, our fan communities are very interested to know what our power play score predictions are. So, shall we start with you, Joy?
I'm going to go for, I think they're going to go for it, but they're going to lose a couple of wickets. I think they're going to be 51.
51. Okay. Polly?
Only going to go for 47.
Oh, wide open for me. Blue Ocean. It's just too much.
I know, there's so much space.
Yeah, because I was thinking I may have to fight for 56. I may have to fight for 65. Like, what's going on with you guys? I'll go with 61.
61. 51, 61, 47.
That's right. Those are our guesses. What are yours? Send them to us on hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. We are waiting to hear from you. Right now it's time for us to go. Anything else? Kuch aur? Anybody? Nothing? 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 Nobody? Last show, no, so I just thought I'll, last day of the league stage. Just get everybody's opinion on this. Well, looks like we're done. We'll see you after the game. I know it's going to be late, but who cares about Mondays? Join us then. Thank you for watching Cricbuzz Live.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ ಚೆನ್ನೈ ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो